What up, Smart Rapper Gang? Today I'm going to give you guys 11 songwriting secrets for rappers and for music artists that you're really going to be able to use, okay? These are ideas to help you get up and get writing more music, okay? Because writer's block is a real thing, alright? Trust me, and I know that you know, but just trust me, I know. Unless you have some good tools like the ones I'm going to provide with you in this video, you may always get stuck in your head and not really be able to find or overcome that writer's block to be able to be making music. And I know it's happened to you. I know it. Happens to the best of us. But the more music you're making, the further you're going to get in your music career. Because you're creating music. So you need to know this stuff, but it all starts with you actually being able to create music, get better at music, and get over that writer's block, all right? Step one. I'm Rob Level, this is Smart Rapper, the #1 place for upcoming rappers, period. And you ain't gonna find no other place like this, okay? Almost 200,000 subscribers, we're gonna zoom past that. Go ahead, hit me with a subscribe and hit the little bell when you do so you get notified every time I release a new video, which is every single day to help you guys out, right? We're gonna talk about this, you gonna get smarter right after the intro.
Anything I know is you ain't built like this. Hit it so hard, make your brain say quit. I ain't no fraud, no gangster or goon. I just wanna accept disrespect or lose. Now follow me to greatness, show you what it takes. Show you how to use curse, show you how to hate it. Hungry for more like a Lloyd Banks playlist. Still I'm like the only person not up in the matrix.
That song in the intro was my new song, Built Like This. Go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link to the Spotify and Apple Music and all that below, okay? I appreciate y'all taking time to help me out, helping you out, you know what I'm saying? Just go give it a listen, see if you like it, right? Go ahead and get into it. Number one, don't rely on memory. I know that you really should know this, but maybe you're not thinking about it, but anytime that you ever do anything when you're recording anything, I don't care if you're freestyle, I don't care what you're doing, I don't care if you get an idea, you need to make sure that you are recording the notes so that you have them for later. You may come up with a melody, and as soon as you lose that, you forget that melody. Whoa, what was that melody? And you lost it forever, but it could have been so sick, could have changed everything for you. Make sure that you're taking notes, you're writing things down, and you have things stored and organized in a way that you can come back to it, because I made 48 songs in the last month, okay? So, and then a lot of them were, I had old songs, and I go back and I had old pieces or melodies that I had, and because I had them organized right, I could come back. I had ones from 2012 that I came out with, 2012, and I'd be like, boom, oh, that's just hard. Let's put that right there. You never know. So catalog your stuff. Make sure you're not just, oh, I'll remember it. You're not gonna remember it, bro. Write that shit down. Number two, write how you talk or rap, okay? A lot of rappers' flows don't sound natural because they're not actually rapping how they speak. So there's gonna be a dissonance. It's not gonna sound right. And a lot of people don't think about that. They're rapping how they were taught English when they were in school. That's why you hear a bunch of people try to cram all these lines into bars and they just don't happen to fit. It's not how you would talk them. So why would you say them like that? Try to attack it from more of the angle of how you talk, not how you write. You get me? So write how you talk. Anytime I do it out loud, I'm like, oh, I say it out loud, so I know that when it gets delivered onto the microphone, it's gonna actually sound like that. Because if you write it and you never do it out loud, and you ever do that and you go to the microphone and try to record it, and it's like, why doesn't it sound right? Because you didn't account for your accent, you didn't account for where the words are gonna sit in your mouth or leave your mouth when you say them out loud. You can't just say words and expect them to come out. Your tongue hits different parts of your mouth and you exert words in a certain way. Like speed rapping has a lot to do with the next word and how the last word left your tongue in your mouth. If my tongue is in the front of my mouth, it's easier for me to say a word that also requires me to say a word that requires the front of my mouth in order to say it. See what I'm saying? That's a whole nother thing. I'm gonna have to make a whole thing on that. This is why this matters, okay? Number three, memorize your lyrics. Now the reason why I remember lyrics is because when you're delivering, and I tell people this all the time, when you're delivering songs, the reason you want to memorize the lyrics is because when you go to record it, if you know the lyrics, you actually are confident that you know the lyrics. Number one, you're not reading the lyrics, you're confident you know them, and you deliver with more confidence. Now, I'm not saying you can't still read them when you deliver them, but if you memorize them before you go on there and then read them to kind of have a little bit of extra memory for when you deliver, the confidence is gonna come across in your voice. And that really matters to the people listening. They can hear that. They can hear if you were confident. And a lot of people lack the confidence. So if you memorize it, it adds that extra element of confidence that's gonna help you come across as more professional. Number four, record your voice often. Know how your voice sounds. You need to be recording yourself all the time so you know how you sound, where you should change things. You're gonna get so used to your voice, you're gonna be able to adapt and develop and evolve your style. But not if you're not hearing yourself. If you write 1,000,000 bars, that's the thing I tell people, like, oh, Rob, what do you think of these bars? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the bars. You're trying to send me a 16. It doesn't matter the bars could be hot, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't rap them properly. If you cannot deliver them properly because you don't have the right voice, if I don't know how you sound, these bars don't mean anything. You can write 1,000,000 bars. You're not gonna make a rap career out of writing 1,000,000 bars. You're gonna make a rap career out of writing bars and knowing how to deliver the bars with your voice that you develop and your style that you develop. You need to be recording yourself and hearing how you sound so you can get better and not worry about how you sound as well, because a lot of people hate their voice. That's why the first product that I made for Smart Rapper was how to find your rap voice in 15 minutes. minutes. So I'll put a link below for that. You guys can check that out. I have 3 different things. Just how to do a deep voice, raspy voice, and how to find your smoothest voice possible in a couple easy steps, okay? I'll put a link below for that. And if you need it, because you hate your voice, well, go get it, check it out. At the same time with your voice, you need to make sure that you're rapping over different kinds of beats. You're finding what beats match your style so that when you record, your vocal sits in the right range for those type of beats. There's so many elements to this that people don't even realize. It's like, oh, I can rap on any beat. You can, but you're gonna sound better on certain beats. Did you ever think about that? Number 5, I didn't think about this for a long time, but you have to realize this. Your voice is an instrument, like the piano is, like the guitar is. You're not just rapping words, you're rapping musically. It's musicality. With the way that you're layering yourself onto the beat, that's what a pocket is. When you're rapping, you're finding a pocket of where your voice is hitting. Your words are drums. As a rapper, it's like a drum, okay? Or there's a lot of different elements. You hear something like a Spanish rapper, like I'm just like, I don't know how to speak Spanish, but you hear where it's hitting like where it's hitting like that. It's like a drum on a beat, and he's hitting in between different patterns on the beat or directly on the beat, and he's making another layer. It's another instrument that goes onto the beat. When you start understanding that your voice is an instrument, you can start thinking about how you need to hit in pockets and hit on a grid and hit on the 8ths and the 16ths and the quarter notes. When you understand that, you're going to become an exceptional rapper, and most people don't think about that. I didn't think about that for a long time. I was like, wait, it is an instrument. Number 6, set up your workflow. This is critical to getting good songs done. When you get into a creative zone, you want to actually have the least amount of like distractions and the least amount of technical stuff that you need to worry about, okay? You just need to be, I'm creative, I'm creating, okay? You don't want to spend half your time fiddling with the settings. You don't want to waste time like setting Pro Tools settings or this or this or this. And that's why I actually offer a template that you can use, the same template that I use that hit songwriters use. And I'll put a link below for this. In the studio, we have a template that we use, and I only use this template, okay? I double click it, it opens it, everything's already preset for me. All I have to do is set the tempo, and then I have to set the auto tune, which I can do in 20 seconds, and I'll have other videos showing you guys how to do that. And then it's done. I can just work on the song, and I don't have to worry about any other settings. Everything's already preset, the delays are set, the EQ's already set, everything's done, everything's good, it's all perfect. And now I can just create. And I'm not even kidding, actually funny. Earlier this morning, because I created 2 songs this morning, okay? And I work on music from 6 a.m. till noon every day, and then I shoot videos. I created 2 songs this morning. I initially went to an old song, and I saw that I already had a session for it. Now this session was just back in like March. It was just a couple months ago. And then I was like, I opened the session, and I'm like, oh, I hate this session already. I hate this session so much because it's nowhere near the session template that I spent a bunch of different revisions making perfect. Because I know that if I create on that template already done, I'm way more creative. So I had the hook recorded, I had the verses, I had the flows of the verses and stuff like that. They weren't finalized, but they were the versions of them that I could like go to, and I was like, no, fuck this, scratch this. I scratched it and I just started over instead of the new session, because the new session, not having to worry about the technical stuff, not having to change settings, knowing it's set up perfectly, and it's not gonna bother me, allow me to be more creative, and I got the song done. Okay, it's actually really powerful. I'll put a link below for you guys if you guys want to get that template. All right, you really use it. It's for Pro Tools, and if you can get Pro Tools first for free, and you just click and play, and you're good. And you guys will be using the same template that platinum songwriters write with. Okay, it freaking blew my mind when I got it. All right, changed everything for me. Number 7, voice lessons. You're literally trying to make a living off of your voice. If you're a music artist, you're vocal, you're doing rap, you need to get some voice training, even if you just do it yourself. Now you can watch YouTube videos. That's what I did in the beginning. You watch a bunch of videos, understand ranges and all that stuff, and then you start playing the piano. If you don't have to have a real piano, you play the piano online. They have virtual pianos you can play and just follow it, okay? Do the scales, and you'll get used to using your voice and fluctuating. That's a skill you need, and I never actually told people that I do that, but I definitely started doing that, and I still do it a lot, because I need to know my range and where I can hit and where I should hit, and helps me understand notes and everything like that. It helps me understand pitch. It helps you with a lot of things. It helps you become a better music artist. A lot of people don't do that. So if you can't afford to get a private teacher for a vocal coach or anything like that, you could possibly go sign up for a class at a nearby community college, or you can just watch YouTube videos like I did in order to make my voice better than what it was and help me expand my skill set. It's free. Go do it. There's this vocal warm-up things, and you could just try to follow it. It's so easy, and you're gonna be a better artist because of it. I'm a better artist because of it for sure. You also wanna look at proper breathing techniques. A lot of people ask me about the breathing techniques, like when do you breathe, blah, blah, blah. Artists sometimes write their breaths into their songs, but that's also where it comes down to writing how you talk, that we talked about as well, because if you say it out loud, you know when there's a breath, you know when you need to be able to say something, okay? When you do singing lessons, they teach you, it's primarily, realistically, which is actually really crazy to me, comes from your diaphragm when it expands, and when you can actually deliver things and exert air, head voice, chest voice, and all these other things. Don't want to overwhelm you, but breathing technique has a lot to do with practicing your vocals. and getting a vocal coach or watching YouTube videos on vocal training. The muscles that you use for your voice are just like every other muscle. They need to be trained and they need to be worked in order to get stronger and better. Number 8, study other rappers. Study rappers you like. Study rappers you don't like. Why did this happen? How did this happen? That insanely popular rapper that you hate is popular for a reason. What's right about them, okay? Don't look for what's wrong. Why is it working? Take that, utilize that. Is it their subject matter? Is it their flow? Is it their voice? What is it, okay? Find out, study that, and implement that into you, and do that with all the other rappers that you like or dislike. Go, what can I take from this person that is gonna make me better, okay? Because that's what life's about, is making you better. You're not stealing, you're studying, and when you study things, you get better. What are they doing differently that you don't do on songs? What do they do better than you, whether you realize it or not? What's generally gonna happen is when you start studying an artist, you're gonna start liking the artist because you're gonna actually find the reasons why other people like them, even though you hated them before, because there is a reason that people like them. Number 9, write every day. Freestyling is, it's like everything else. If you do it every day, you're gonna get better and better at it. It's gonna help build your brain, it's gonna help build that habit, it's gonna help build those connections in your mind that you need in order to be better at it. And you wanna do it every day, you wanna make it a habit to do it every day. You set aside time every single day in order to work on music, and then eventually working on music becomes such a habit, you do it, you don't think about it, it's not stressful. Like, I work on music every single morning. I immediately wake up 6 a.m. and I work on music until noon. That's my schedule every single day, and that's how I was able to get 48 songs done in the last month. Okay, and it's because now I'm excited to get up and work on music. Before I was like, oh, I gotta work on music. Now it's like, no, because it's a habit now. So if you write every day, it becomes a habit, and it won't be a problem. All right, so make it a habit and set aside time every day to work on music. Even if it's just writing 4 bars or 8 bars, which take you less than 10 minutes, start there, okay? And they're building something else. You're gonna start seeing results, you're gonna love it. Number 10, rhyming dictionaries. You ever had a really good line and then you struggle to come up with an end rhyme? People think that it's cheating to use rhyming dictionary, but it's not. You can easily just use a rhyming dictionary. Here's the thing, generally when you use a rhyming dictionary, do you not already know all of the words in the rhyming dictionary? You probably do. The only thing the rhyming dictionary is doing is reminding you of which words that you already know. It's not cheating, it's just a faster tool to get songs written, okay? Because you would have came across, if you were rhyming a word with spy, and then the next line you were trying to end it with guy, right? But you couldn't think of guy, you're like why, spry, sty, fly, sny, try. Like you were just sitting there doing that, you were eventually gonna come across guy, which was the word you wanted anyways. It's a massively good writing tool, and if you're not using one, you're stubborn as hell, and I'll be honest with you, you're stupid if you are refusing to use it because you think that it's cheating or that it makes you less of a rapper. That is stupid, okay? Because Big Pun, Eminem, top artists are known for using thesauruses and using rhyming dictionaries in order to get better at writing. Because why? Because it's a tool in your arsenal. You don't freaking go to a work site where you need a hammer and not bring a hammer. You may not use it, but you might use it, so bring it with you. Come on, man. Rhyming dictionaries are very powerful tools. And you're gonna learn more words. If you didn't know some of the rhyme words, you're gonna start seeing more words. You can also see how the words are broken down by syllable count if you use sites like rhymezone.com. And when you do that, you're gonna start getting better at a lot of things, okay? Number 11, get a creative ritual. Now, this is actually very important. Aside from habit, because you need to build the habits and that'll happen when you keep doing it. But if you can learn what puts you into a creative mood, you can always want to be creative and work on music. You know that feeling you get when you're really vibing and you're really comfortable creating music? That's what you always want, right? So next time you feel in that mood, think, what made me feel like this? And when you start thinking about it enough times, you go, oh, this is what happened today, or this is what happened yesterday, or this is what I ate today, or this is what I drank, or this was the time of day, or this is how much I slept. Those things you actually need to pay attention to, buddy, because those are the things that are gonna help you understand, where does that mood come from? How do I access it in order to utilize it? Because you can't use it if you can't get to it. You got a gun in a safe, but if you don't know the combination to the safe, you can never unlock it if a robber comes into your house. Like, you have to be able to unlock your tools at any given time. And if you don't know how to do that, you're dying, okay? You need to be able to access that. So find out what helps you access that so you can be better. Don't forget I have the Rap Voice Trilogy to help you find your rap voice below. I talked about the template in this video that I use when I write with platinum songwriters. I create way more music simply because I have that, okay? And you guys can check that out as well, which means that you'll get it, you can get it, you download it, you double click it. If you have Pro Tools, you double click it, it literally just opens the session. And you have the same session that I use to create music. It's really cool, okay? All right, so keep hustling, gang. I'm Rob Level, this is Smart Rapper. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell when you do so you get notified every time I release a new video, which is every single day. We're taking over the world, all right? I appreciate y'all. Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment, check those links below, and please check out my new single, Built Like This. Keep hustling, gang. I'll see you at the top.
Smart Rapper Gang.